I want to cover some material based on a book. This book I've taken from, it's a graduate level course. Professor taught CS 473, used this book, and actually this 473 has an undergrad and a grad section, and he used this book for the grad section. Now I'm going to do this quickly, and I don't expect you to get everything from this grad level book I'm throwing at you on the next to the last lecture, but let's see if you can. Is that me? No, it's outside. Okay, so see if you can follow along. Oh, is it going up? Oh no, stop it. There we go. So let's do this. There we go. So let's do this. Okay, so here's the book.
You'll see.
It's entitled "The Cat and the Hat Comes Back," and it's by a professor, Dr. Seuss. Okay, so here we go. Okay, again, I don't expect you to get everything from this book, and I'm not going to read every single word. Okay, so it says this was no time for play, this was no time for fun, this was no time for games, there was work to be done. So right off the bat, page 1, it sets the theme for this book. Some work needs to be done, okay? So now you can see this young man and his sister out there working, shoveling snow, and this cat comes by, and this cat is like, well, we've all got relatives or friends just like this cat, you know. So he comes by uninvited, and he just walks right into the house. You know, he knows we've got work to do, or she. And what does he do? Goes right into our refrigerator and then into the bathtub, just like this. We all have friends like that, don't we? Okay, so or maybe I'm the friend like that. Okay, so then the kid doesn't like it because they've got enough work to do, and this cat just makes more work. And to show you what I mean, look at this bathtub. He's left pink, right? And it's a hideous shade of pink too, And so Cat says, "Do not fear. Just take your mom's new white dress and wipe it all off all the pink." But you can see that the sister is aghast at what happened here, and again, it's a horrible shade of pink, right? It hasn't fixed that dress up at all. Okay, so then he says, "Never fear," thwack, and puts the pink out on the wall. And then so the kid complains about that. So he takes a pair of shoes, gets the pink off the wall into the shoes. Kid still is complaining, so he takes the pink off the shoes, puts them on the carpet. Kid's still complaining, but he's just transferring the problem, right? He's not really solving the problem. And so thwack, there the pink's transferred from the carpet to the bedspread. Oh my gosh, what to do? He can't seem to solve this problem. There's work that needs to be done, right? He can't solve it, so here's what he does, and this is where we're talking about recursion, right? A little bit subtle here, but so he does this. He takes a problem that he can't solve, and he breaks it into pieces effectively, because he has two people. I know you'll say little cat is just a little cat, but the big cat is pretty lazy, so essentially they can do the same amount of work, right? So he's taken this problem and he's cut the amount of work in half. So remember that's critical in recursion. Well, cat A says, if you can do that, then so can I. So he's smart. So it looks like he's now taken it, and now they cut it down into thirds, right? So they've taken the problem and divide it now by 3, and they continue on. They keep subdividing the amount of work they have to do, and then they're going to have at it. Okay, so there they go. There goes the pink, and the pink is now kicked outdoors. Unfortunately, these complaining kids say that's not good enough. We now got snow. We got pink snow out there to deal with, and so they haven't solved the problem. So what do? They do this. They get more cats. They keep subdividing the problem, right? So they see if they can handle it. So they go outside and they do this. They're working, playing, and so they're destroying the pink or scattering it around. And finally, they need more help, and they get up to cat V, right? And so there they go. They keep going at it, and they're at work. Again, I'm skimming this. Okay, so. And they finally get this, pink snow, okay? And of course, the whining young man, that's not good for him, not good enough, and it's scaring the bird up here, so there are environmental issues. So then, this is really the critical part now we're coming to, okay, so there's a hush in the audience. Okay, so now the cat says, look close in my hand, I have little cat V. On his head are cats W, X, Y, and Z. Z is too small to see, so don't try. You cannot. Well, I've got a magnifier here, so I can check. There we go. See, V, W, X, Y, and no, you can't see Z either. Okay, so now, so don't try. It says, but Z is the cat. Will clean up that spot. Okay, so now here is the Z you can't see, said the cat, and I bet you can't guess what he has in his hat. He has something called Boom. Boom is so hard to get, you never saw anything like it, I bet. Why, Boom cleans up anything, clean as can be. Then he yelled, take your hat off now, little cat Z. Take the boom off your head, make it clean up the snow. Hurry, you little cat, 1, 2, 3, go. This is uber critical, super critical in programming. Here's what's happening. You take this large problem and you subdivide it into pieces, smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Eventually, you can't cut it down any farther, right? You cut down to cat Z, you get smaller, you can't even see. And so you get down to boom level, right? And so when you do that, you identify in your problem what's the smallest, what's the base case sometimes they call it, smallest problem that you could ever solve of this type. You have to identify that and then solve that, and your whole problem is solved. And so just like this, they've got boom, and so boom, there it goes, and there goes the pink, there goes the snow. And the bird's happy, but the kids still don't seem to be happy. And off goes the cat, even though he did the work while I'm shoveling too. And he's off, and I don't think in this series he ever comes back. Okay, so ungrateful kid. So that's another subject. Okay, so now, so this is recursion. This is the Bible on recursion. Okay, and so let's talk about how you would use this to solve a problem. Okay.